The normal distribution or bell curve is most familiar and useful to teachers in describing the frequency of standardized test scores. How many students earn particular scores? This is not just any distribution but a theoretical one with several unique characteristics. It is always symmetrical with equal areas on both sides of the curve. The highest point on the curve corresponds to the mean score, which equals the median and the mode. In this distribution, the area between given standardized deviation units represented by perpendicular lines in the diagram that is shown on the screen includes a determined percent area. Because of the curve's symmetry, the percent area is the same as the percent frequency of test scores. The mean, the perpendicular line down the center of the curve of the normal distribution divides the curve in half. So we divide ang curve sa duha, that 50% of the area under the curve is to the right of the mean and 50% is to the left. Therefore, 50% of test scores are greater than the mean and 50% of test scores are less than the mean. The figure on the screen shows that 34.13% of the area is between the mean and positive 1 or negative 1 standard deviation units called z-score. Unsa ba ang z-score? Ang z-score pwede siya positive o negative, which represent the negative 1 and positive 1 standard deviation units that indicate the directors of row score from the mean. Ang positive na z-score, nag-indicate siya nga row score is higher than the mean, which is 0. And a standard deviation of 1 and the negative z-score indicate that the row score is lower than the group mean. Therefore, there is a total of 68.26%. How did we get that? We multiplied 34.13% times 2 of the test scores fall between positive 1 and negative 1 standard deviation. The positive 1 standard deviation and the negative 1 standard deviation is the standard deviation cumulative percentage based on the result of 34.13. Percent multiplied by 2 equals to 68.26%. In the standardized test, that range of 50%, the result of the test, that means that the learner was able to get a higher score than the 50% being asked. Below the percentile rank followed the z-score. We have negative 4, negative 3, negative 2, negative 1. And the z-score means 0. On the left side, we have the positive numbers from negative, positive 1, positive 2, positive 3, and positive 4. Below the z-score, we have the t-score. A t-score of 50 is considered average. Kung sa ganito ang considered average sa t-score, it is 50. With t-score ranging from 40 to 60 is within the normal range. Ang t-score ng 40 to 60 is normal range. T-scores of 30 and below and t-score of 70 and above are interpreted as low and high test performance. So low for 30 and high for 70, as you can see on the line that's represented on the screen. We have 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, and 80 t-score. Below the t-score, we have the standard 9 or stan 9. The systems express the test result in 9 equal steps, which range from 1 to lowest and 9 to highest. A stan score of 5 is interpreted as average, with the following verbal interpretation: very high, above average, average, and the below average, and lastly, we have the very low. 9 is very high, that is 96, and 8 to 7 is above average, which is 8 is equal to 90 to 95%, and 7 is 77 to 89%. And above average score range to 4, 5, 6, which is 6 is equals to 60 to 70%, 5 is equals to 40 to 59%, and 4 is equals to 23 to 39%. The below average score range to 2, and which 3 is equals to 11 to 22%, and 2 is equals to 4 to 10%, and we have 1, which is very low.